Hey guys, Chris here. I'll be doing a slate breakdown of the early and late for CFB tomorrow. I do have a mic in right now, so I do want to check if it's working. So let me see. Hold on, because I do want to make sure that this thing is freaking working, because that would be very unfortunate if you guys couldn't hear me. Give me a sec. Give me a second. Because if it's not working, then that would, of course, you wouldn't be able to hear this. Tomorrow, I do have a mic. Okay, yeah, it's working. Sweet, it's working. I hope the quality is slightly better with this mic. We'll see what happens. But yeah, let's get right into this. I really like the slate. There's a couple of games I want to target. I'll give away a couple players and players I think you should fade, players that I think are underpriced, things of that nature. Let's go to quarterback, and then I do like to look at the over/under. So let's go ahead and go do that. And Middle Tennessee and Western Kentucky, 69 over/under. That's really nice. I know that game's on. DraftKings. Iowa, Illinois. There's a couple players I like in this game, even though it's a low over/under. Baylor at Kansas, 78. That is all Baylor. Baylor's going to destroy them. So you guys know. Oklahoma at Texas. I think Oklahoma blows them out. Texas looks horrible. Oh my God. Maryland's getting blown out. Ohio State's going to destroy them. Cardell Jones might be a good play this week. Indiana, Penn State. That's actually a higher over/under than I thought. If Xander Diamant is playing, he's definitely in play. Been getting some notes that he's not playing though. Temple at Tulane. I wish this game was on the slate because Jahad Thomas is going to run over everybody in this game. Central Michigan at Western Michigan. I haven't seen this game on the slate. Virginia at Pittsburgh. Do like Olison in this game. Miami at Ohio. Whatever. Massachusetts Bowling Green. This is the game. This is the game you want to center around. It does have a 13. Oh, Bowling Green's favored by 13, so that's interesting. I thought it'd be closer. Rice at Florida Atlantic. Haven't seen that game on the slate. Yeah, LSU at South Carolina, 50 over/under. Pretty, yeah, Fournette. He's in there. 59 over/under with Georgia, Tennessee. I think Chubb and Hurd are both good plays. Iowa State at Texas Tech. There's a couple players I like in here. And Oregon State at Arizona. This one's also interesting. This one can have some fireworks as well. And then Washington State at Oregon. Is this not on the slate? I have not seen this game on the slate. This is ridiculous if it's not. Washington State and Oregon? I didn't even know this game was playing. 71 over/under. How is this not on there? I haven't seen it on. It might be on the late. Did I go over it? I don't know. I'm about to check that out. That's some bullshit if this game isn't on there. That's ridiculous. This game's fuck that. Okay. I don't know what the fuck's up with Fanduel. I haven't seen that game on there. Yeah, let's go ahead and after looking at that, let's go ahead and get into it. So quarterbacks, Seth Russell, probably an easy fade this week, but I do think he'll put up 35 points like he always does. It's just, do you really want 9.8K for 35 points? Kind of not. He's expensive. You're gonna have to do some fixing to get him in. I do think he'll go off. Kansas is horrible, and everyone seems to have a notion that they're gonna that the starters will be out by the first quarter. They never. I've never seen them take out starters in the first quarter. They usually take them out in the third or middle of the third. They usually at least let them play a second half. A first half at the very least. So Russell and a half with a shitty offense, I think can get 5 to 6 touchdowns. Just depends if they want to run the ball or not. I think Russell at least passes 4. He might. I think 5 is a safe bet though. I'm not gonna lie here. Like Matt Johnson against Mass, he's probably my number 1 quarterback. He's just really expensive. Flings the ball a lot. Has been running the ball lately a lot too. Has rushing potential. And some ugly passing touchdown numbers, but he does pass the ball a lot. Keenan Reynolds, if this guy was playing anybody else except Notre Dame, I'd actually probably play him. His upside is so crazy. He gets all the goal line carries. He runs the ball a lot. And he can pass every now and then, so you do got that. You got some slight upside with him, but he's basically a running back that can pass with really high upside that gets every goal line carry. I'd probably play him if he wasn't playing Notre Dame, to be honest with you. Baker Mayfield's probably going to wreck Texas, but I'm not too on that one. I'll pass on Watson and Dobbs. I'm cool. Mahomes is a popular, and he's pretty safe as well. I think at least he's getting you 30 points against Iowa State. Yeah, Mahomes is really safe. And he's at home as well. So yeah, Mahomes is always nice. I think people always try to fit that dude in a cash game or anything. He's a really nice play. I don't know why his backup is 8.1K. That doesn't make sense. Solomon, maybe not too happy. I do like Cardale Jones this week. For once, playing Maryland, he should have a really good game. I want to say 25 or 30 points he can get against Maryland. They should let him fling it. And Ezekiel Elliott should have a good game as well. I think they're just all of their skill position players are going to wreck Maryland. Yeah, fuck Deshaun Kaiser. Ain't playing that trash-ass piece of shit. Seth Collins, too, dual threat. Nice quarterback. He has good upside. I'm just not too crazy about him. I mean, he can have a good game against Arizona. Arizona defense not good at all. This is my dude, though. I do like Fronapple. He did burn me against Colorado, only getting 10 points. But he does pass the ball a lot, and he did get 38 points last time they played Bowling Green. Bowling Green defense not good at all. He can definitely fling it all over them. So Fronapple is a really nice value play. After that, there isn't really much else. There's really nothing. So that's kind of what I feel there. I think you kind of have to grab at least. I think Mahomes is probably the most ideal play. I think a lot of people are going to be on Mahomes. So that's pretty much how I feel about that. Let's go to running backs. People are trying to figure out if they're going to fade Fournette. I think I'm finally going to fade Fournette. If he does get 40 points, I guess I would feel really stupid. But 10K on this slate, there's a lot of running backs I like that I think can pull me within 20. And I don't know, man. I think Fournette will go off like he always does, but I don't know. I just can't afford him this week. So this week I am fading Fournette, but if you play him, he's probably going to get you 30 to 35 points. I don't know if he'll get 40 again. I'm thinking 30, 35. South Carolina has not looked that great this year, so I'm kind of with it. I do think Nick Chubb is severely underpriced. Tennessee, not a good defense, SEC terms. Yeah, I really like Chubb. I think he can get 2 touchdowns or 150 yards. I think get you within that 22 to 25 range. I think he's really underpriced. He might have a higher ownage percentage this week. Yeah. Procise, I like him a lot too. Looks like he's getting you at least 20 points. I'm not sure if I'm going to pay up for him, though. Just my opinion. Linwood's a wild card because you don't know if they're going to get their points on the ground, if they're going to get them in the air. So I'm fading Linwood. Samahi Perine has not had a good game in a while. 7.7K though. If he drops within that 7.5K area, then I might have to pick him up. But still slightly expensive for me. If he keeps dropping in price, that'll be great because he is a monster. I remember he had like a 420-yard game last year with like 4 touchdowns. Fucking ridiculous. Jalen Hurd also slightly underpriced at 7.2K. I would definitely think about playing him. He's pretty damn solid. He gets a lot of carries. He always has 3 touchdown potential. They always look to go to him to the goal line, so I'm kind of digging that. I'm gonna keep rolling here. Travis Green, they've been involving him a lot lately. Getting a decent amount of carries. When I watch them, they're not really committed to running the goal line carries with and just in general, not with Green. I think they do running with Green, but they do like to pass a lot when they're next to the goal line. So there's that. But against UMass is so horrible against the run. I think Green is also a viable play this week if you want to drop him in. Do love Mike Warren against Texas Tech. Texas Tech run defense is beyond horrible. Keanu Kinner, whatever his name is. He might get some garbage time points. I don't know. He's interesting. He's definitely Kansas's best player. Against Baylor, though, I don't know. Baylor defense isn't that great, but I can't see Kansas really doing much. So actually, I probably wouldn't play Kinner, but he is their only like weapon that they got. Stormbar Woods. He's decent. I'm whatever. Jordan Canzari, this guy will probably have a high ownership percentage just because of the volume of carries he gets in the cupcake matchup he has against Illinois. Yeah, he's probably a really good play this week. Josh Ferguson, I think, is out, so Kashawn Vaughn is playing. He will get a lot of carries against Iowa, though. He's probably not a good bet, but if you want to go cheap and get some guaranteed carries, you can probably roll to him. Johnny Jefferson, if Chafin isn't playing, he could see garbage time points. I could definitely see that. Andre Givens for BGSU. I think he also never mind. Forget that. I thought he was getting involved. I don't have much else to say after that, so that's pretty much what I think at that running back. Running back, so you'll either have it's either Fournette or you're putting two guys together, pretty much. Wide receiver, Corey Coleman goes without saying. He's a fucking monster. Looks like he's getting you a guaranteed 25 points, which I really like. At a wide receiver spot, 8.6K. Hasn't passed the 9K threshold, which I really like. Roger Lewis, also a monster. I think you should definitely center around getting receivers in this Mass and BGSU game. The rest of these games are fucking trash. Texas Tech, Iowa State, too. We can kind of look over those guys. Pharaoh Cooper is actually kind of underpriced, in my opinion. He gets targeted a lot for being a receiver, 6.9K. I might actually consider playing him. He's actually pretty underpriced, in my opinion. LSU is kind of tough though, so that kind of makes sense. But if he was like this, like if he stays like this in that 6.9K area, I might have to pick him up next week. Taji Sharp, this guy's severely underpriced. I would find a way to get him in, and I think everybody is rolling around getting Taji Sharp in their lineup, or Tajay Sharp, fuck you want to call him. He's by far he's a monster. Shepard and Fuller. Shepard has not shown as big upside as I thought he would. He's decent. Fuller is pretty consistent. He didn't do anything last week, but before that, he was putting up 20s each week. Let's keep rolling along here. I do like Michael Thomas if I can find. Oh, and Alan Lazard. This is the go-to dude for Iowa State. So if they do go into pass mode, I expect him to have a good game. What the fuck is that dude? Michael Thomas. Yeah, Mike Thomas, 6K, getting a touchdown a game right now, and he has such a nice matchup. I think he can definitely hit 15 points. At 6K is not that bad at all. Yeah, there's not really much else I like after that. If it looks like Lauderdale's out, so Zach Austin might be in play again. I consider it. I might consider it. I might play him. He's not looking bad. Jakeem Grant probably gets a big boost though because Lauderdale and Sadler are out, so Reginald Davis, Zach Austin, Jakeem Grant. Jakeem Grant probably gets a big bump this week, actually. Yeah, he probably you know what? He probably does get a pretty big bump this week. I might consider playing him. I didn't know Lauderdale and Sadler were out. Zach Austin, Davis, they all. Maybe I'm convincing myself here about something. We'll see. Tight end. Let's keep looking. Tight end. There's not a great crop of tight ends this week. Vitali is probably the one with the highest upside. I think guaranteed 5 points you can probably get is from the Notre Dame tight end if I could find him. I think it's Jones. 7, 1. Okay, maybe not 5. I don't really know at tight end this week. It's not that great. Rodney Mills. I know he gets targeted quite a bit, so maybe him actually. He could probably work. Yeah, there's a lot of guys in here, actually. I'll have to think about it. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about this slate. My effort probably focuses around Iowa State, Texas Tech, and Baylor at Kansas, and Mass and BGSU. That's probably where a majority of the plays are coming from. So yeah, let's skip to the late slate, which I'll kind of look at here. And how many people got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got like a 9-game slate. I think Boykin might be must play territory here just because he's getting 40 points a game. I do like Brkovici just because I always like playing Brkovici. Mason Rudolph actually somewhat. I think he can go up to maybe 25 points this week. Just because they have to pass the ball since what's his name? Since both the running backs are out. He will pass the ball a lot. Skylar Howard is still underpriced in my opinion. He's a good bet for 25 points. I wonder why they don't raise his price. He does pass the ball a lot, so that's interesting. A guy that I really like that will be sleepy, James Summers, if I can get him. Such a monster, man. This guy will eat, man. He splits, so he does have a timeshare at quarterback right now. But look at the points he's getting you each time, and against BYU, a defense who is not as good as a fucking what the hell is this? Yeah, and Blake Kemp's been so bad, so it only makes sense to play him. I think I might actually play him this week. I really like James Summers. Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel. But I think everybody's gonna have Boykin. Running backs, they aren't that heavy this week. I think Booker and Henry are really nice. Demario Richard, I love Demario Richard. He's probably in every line. I like Booker a lot this week. Yerby against Florida State, I'm not really feeling. Henry against Arkansas, I feel. Not Collins against Alabama. I don't really like that as much. Laskell against Utah, I definitely don't like that. Wide receivers, Doxson. I think everybody will have Doxson. And then you'll just kind of have to pick around your receivers. Leonta Carew's back this week, but he's playing Michigan State. Sean Scott's too risky for me. Kenny Lawler has been actually pretty good, and I feel like they will have to pass the ball a lot. So I think Kenny Lawler, I think you can fit him in your roster if you want. After that, love Isaiah Jones. He's really consistent. And I would look at some Oklahoma State receivers like Shepard, Washington, maybe even Glyden, and West Virginia dudes too. This can be a shootout. Has potential. None of the other games on here really look like they have shootout potential. Maybe East Carolina, BYU, Colorado State, Arizona State, but Colorado State likes to run the ball, so that will kill time, and they can do it against Arizona since their defense is so bad. But yeah, that's kind of what I think for the slate. I feel like you have to play Boykin. But if my boy Summers is playing, man, I'm fucking throwing him in. I don't care. Fuck Boykin. And my boy Mason Rudolph with his receivers. So I do think Oklahoma State receivers. I do think you'll see quite a few of them in lineups here. Other than that, there isn't much to say about this slate. It's only an 8-game slate. I don't really got much else to say about it. Florida, Missouri, definitely not touching this game. This is an ugly ass game. Exit this one out. Don't even look at it. It's probably going to be a defensive battle. And you definitely don't want that. Actually, I wonder what the over-under is on that Florida and Missouri game. I want to say it's 40. I'll say 40. TCU and Kansas State's at 63 over-under. 37. Holy shit. I was actually kind of right. A 37 over-under. Yeah, this game is ugly as hell. Do not touch that game. That is disgusting. A 37 over-under in a fucking college game. Shaking my head. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I don't got much else to say after that. I will be looking at Jakeem Grant now because I did not know that what's his name was out. So I'm lurking. Yeah, guys, I don't really have much else to say after that. Thank you for watching my video. Feel free to comment who you guys feel your plays are this week. Yeah, I'll kind of look at those. That's pretty much it. So bye-bye.